Conservative government is moving to bring in new legislation that could mean mandatory recalls. Prime Minister Stephen Harper made the announcement today in Ottawa and says the new plan will include tougher regulations.
The core of the action plan is new legislation that will be tabled early in the new year. It will, for the first time, empower the federal government to order mandatory product recalls when companies fail to act on legitimate safety concerns. It will also force importers, again for the first time, to take responsibility for the safety of goods they bring into Canada.
My next guest was paying close attention to the Prime Minister's announcement today. Bruce Cran is the president of the Consumers Association of Canada. He joins us from Vancouver. Bruce, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, David.
You've been an advocate for consumers a long time. Did you like what you heard today?
As a matter of fact, I did. I liked it very much. There's all the elements that we've been asking for some years, and provided it some flesh is put on the bones, of which we've just heard, I think it'll be very good for consumers and perhaps level the playing field once again to the stage that we've got some protection.
Bruce, let's talk about those bones then, at least. Tell me what you liked about it. What specifically do you think will make a difference?
Well, Mr. Harper seems to be saying there will be accountability, that government agencies will have the ability to enforce recalls. The recalls will be mandatory. There'll finally be some accountability for people that are bringing in poisonous food and dangerous goods. All the elements that we see as being necessary appear to be there. So we haven't been asked for any input other than the statements that we've made publicly over the last many years, but we hope to participate in whatever is happening next year. And by the look of it, to me, I think it'll at least be a step in the right direction. Let's
talk about that accountability for a moment here. Does that mean that, and I know the government's talking about fines, and I don't think we have the details yet, but they're talking about significant fines, we're told. Does that mean that's regardless of intent? So if you, say, accidentally bring in stuff that ends up hurting people, you'll get hit with the same fine as someone who kind of knew this beforehand?
Myself, I don't care about the intent. I think what it should be engaged to do here is to prevent recurrences and make people that repeat offences accountable. I'm not sure about where the intent will fit into this thing, but with a lot of these problems that we have at the moment, repeat offences surely do indicate that there was some intent. We've had the instance last year of poisonous fish, which has been repetitive and then repeated again, and in some cases the goods have been sent out of Canada and returned. All of these things can be dealt with if there's accountability. And if you know before you bring a shipment into Canada that you'll be held responsible for what happens to those goods in the event that they're contaminated, I'm sure that people will be doing that will be thinking twice about how they behave.
Let's follow that to the next step too, because bizarre stories have been coming out. We hear about dangerous goods that are uncovered, and then if they're food goods, some of them actually show up on the shelves of food banks, this kind of thing. Will there be provisions for destroying products, or I mean, is that in there now, or is that what you'd hope to see?
It's not in there now. That's one of the things that we would hope to see. We've been asking for that for quite a long time. You take the case of the fish. In many cases, that was, say, fish from Asian countries. Those containers were returned intact to wherever they came from. We have great suspicions that they were either relabeled and sent back to Canada, or else certainly relabeled and sent somewhere else where they might buy them without looking them given the scrutiny that they deserve.
Well, isn't that all about inspection? I mean, isn't that really at the heart of all of this, is better inspection? I don't know. Well, I haven't engaged, but how good is the inspection system now? Obviously, in your eyes, not good enough.
Well, we might as well not have what we have at the moment, because there isn't any inspection. And that is one of the provisions. I believe Mr. Harper says he's going to provide funds for taking care of that. But look what we've got at the moment. We've got toys being donated to children's gift funds, toys that have been contaminated and found wanting. We've got toys and other goods on sale on the internet after they've been condemned and pulled off the shelves, voluntarily, of course. We've got goods that were condemned and agreed to be removed from the shelves, left there for months and months, and then we see them also for sale on the internet. It's not good enough. So Mr. Harper is certainly moving in the right direction.
Bruce, good of you to join us on this.
Thanks.